future of our world. The invasion is clear. A false flag is unfurled. Can you see the big picture? Do you deny what's revealed? History belongs to the victor. It's written on the battlefield. Family, country, strength. Genocide and traitors will stand trial. Their actions nullified. Our people will reconcile. In the soil we'll dig. We'll have your seed like Odin and Frigg. This is what we need.
Well, there you go. It's one of my favorite songs right there. Blood of Tyrants, Voices Grow Silent. I saw that, remember when No White Guilt would have his garage parties or whatever? That's when I first encountered that song there. That's a good one. I like that one. It's got a good message. It used to have a different name. You know, when you search it on YouTube, it used to have a different name. I think that sort of name would get you banned. But it's got a new name now. Voices Grow Silent. All right. Well, if you're playing with me, make sure you have me added on Steam and all that stuff. I can send my Steam URL if you give me 1 second here.
Must remember to get my gear upgraded.
Which one's me? Oh, here we go. There's my Steam. Make sure you got me added. You're gonna need to have me added to, you know, join my games. Let's see here. I've got like, I haven't done the thing to upgrade. I'm playing Scout. All my other classes are at level 25 and I need to do promotions. I need to get through all the promotion stuff for those classes. So, I'm definitely playing Scout today. And I'm partway through this shard diffractor thing. Alright, let's see who's online. Ando is playing that Gunfire Reborn, which I played on stream a while ago. Let's see. I don't know. I see a number of people online. Okay, let's see here. How's it going, Johnny and Otto? For real? Hope you're all having a good weekend. Today is Mother's Day, by the way. Make sure you do something, right? Whatever it is you do. I'm thinking M1000. Jury rig boomstick. I have never used this. I could use this. But special powder is so good. Let me turn that up. Well, I'm going to start trying to just invite random people. We'll try and invite Ando. He might be busy. Bonk. KNet. Just invite people who aren't away. So, I sort of spent, I took my mother out for dinner or whatever yesterday. I'll see her today, but most of that stuff was done yesterday. Did I buy my mother some flowers? No, I didn't. I'm not into flowers. I don't think she's only minorly into flowers. She's not like a huge flower girl. My mother. And I'm not.
Rock and stone, brother.
I'm not into flowers. You know, they're smelly. People are allergic to that. Well. Oh my gosh. Rival presents. Yeah, we could do that.
Drop pod is cleared. Warm up. Time to get to work.
KNAS has patch downloading. Okay, well, we can always, you can always join partway through. It is open to friends.
Give me a rock and stone.
I do like the new voice lines.
If I had a credit for every rock.
What did I feed her? Says Zakun. I think I fed her nachos.
Rock and stone, you beautiful dwarf.
Rock and stone.
Stone.
We are nachos people here. Me and my mother. I've made it was a couple months ago. I went over to her place and I made nachos for us. I mean, we like nachos. We joke. We like big nachos. So we were at a restaurant yesterday and we got the big nachos. You know, a lot of times they'll have like the individual nachos and then there's like the party size nachos. We're big nachos people. We want the big nachos. Go home with boxes full of nachos, which we did. Second Hat, how's it going?
I'm really not ready for this.
Second Hat called his mom for Mother's Day. Good job. Good job. Whoa!
This is a salvage mission. A previous crew lost their mini mules, their drop pod, and their lives in this cave.
What is this?
Find and repair the lost mules.
Turret
get the drop
controller.
pod operational, and return to base.
Oh.
Expect heavy infestation and try not to mess it up like your former colleagues.
Boom. Oh my gosh, there's 3 things I have to hack here? Oh, come on. 1.
Let's pretend that. Good at
Oh,
this.
did I get out of range? Oh, and it wants me to start over? No. Never mind. I'm not starting over.
See you, sucker.
Burst turret, huh? Embracing my Mexican heritage. No. Our nacho... I don't even know... You know, like a lot of Mexican food is fairly heavily influenced by the southern United States. I don't know if, like, how much they eat nachos in Mexico, or if it's one of those things that's like the chalupa, you know, it's like totally an American invention, but in like this sort of Mexican aesthetic. All right. Oh, there we go. Got all 3 legs. Uh-oh. Oh, he's dead. Is he not dead?
Lighting up!
Oh yeah, he's dead. Oh, they're both dead there. Uh-oh. Okay, well.
Up you go!
Let's see if I can avoid this damn thing for a little bit. This is a scary thing, this nemesis. Oh, they're both dead again. Okay, let's see if I can lure it this way a little bit. And then... oh. Oh, someone got up with the thing. He got up with his...
Ready.
whatever perk that is. Alright. Okay, so now it's gonna summon... it's like disabled partly, but it's gonna summon bombs all over. Right there. Just gotta not get blown up. Oh, oh, oh! Well, there you go. Second hat says, last time I've been with my mom, I treated her to some duck burger and a caveman diner. Oh, there you go.
Heads up, new miner arriving.
Is there anything over there? I mean, I can knock this down if we need it, but...
I really can't use this for anything.
Alright.
One platform, ready to use.
Zekun is talking about Dick Masterson, Nick Fuentes, etc. I don't know if I would use that term to describe those people. That's a new voice line too there, that for Carl. Oh, there's a cave right here. I'm going in.
Access provided. Think you could kill me?
American Krogan is Asian, says Second Hat. I don't think so. Carl is a dwarf, I believe, who has died. I think that's the sort of lore. Carl either went missing or is dead. So, like, here we have 4 dwarves. We have the scout, we have the driller, the gunner, and the engineer. Well, the 5th dwarf was Carl, and Carl, you know, was amazing. He was... Oh, we can put that on the ground.
We're rich. We're rich. We're rich. We're rich. We're rich. We're rich. Rock and stone. Yeah. We're rich. Rock and stone.
But yeah, Carl was a dwarf among dwarves. You know, we're doing this in part for our fallen brother Carl. That's the idea. You know, remembering him, and you know, it's goes into the whole sort of narrative structure here, where you know these are hard-working dwarves doing dangerous work, and hard-working men doing dangerous work help build the world we live in today. And yes, people died doing it. Remember, like 5 people died building the Empire State Building, something like that. And I'm not sure if all the people who died were necessarily doing construction, but like some of them may have been like even bystanders on the street, because that's how a lot of that went when building those really tall buildings, especially back then. You know, something would fall, people would get injured or die. Boom. Look at that. Gonna be able to get this mule all by myself up here. Zekun says it's a term which has been tainted? Oh, I just wouldn't necessarily use that term for those people. I don't know if that term is correct to use for some of those people. It is a term that, you know, is maybe in somewhat limited usefulness because of how, you know, it's treated and talked about, blah, blah, blah. Zekun says he wants a P.O. box so you can mail me a drawing of what you guys look like based on voice and personality. I'd just send it, if you can just make it digital, that'd be good. You know, like Nero had that digital image he made of those whatever girls. Those, Life is Strange girls of... that'd probably be best. I don't have a P.O. box to use at the moment.
Lights up. See here.
Alright, let's take a look around. Maybe grab some more
Hands up.
minerals from the walls or something before we start our final thing. Although we probably should have enough nitro and everything. Could use this, though. Oh, we do need Evo nuts, though. Let's take a look over here. Yeah. Are they gonna help him? Because if I can go shooting around this side tunnel, I can see if there's some nuts in there here faster than anyone else. Oof.
Face the pickaxe. Light is up.
All right. Hey, how's it going, Eric? Good to see you. Any nuts over here? Any nuts? Actually, I have enough nuts now.
Much better now.
Plenty of nuts.
You snooze, you lose.
Once those guys get the last mule,
You secured yourself a nice bonus.
then we'll be good to go.
Well done. The mule is working again.
I die a little inside every time I have to take out a loot bug. Light is up.
Uh-huh. Well, what was I going to talk about today, too? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't carry any.
Oh, Eric K. says the e-celeb drama among these political commenters is pure cancer. That's why he likes Krogan and I. Yeah, I mean, that's just so beyond our sort of focus, you know, like the e-celeb drama. I mean, it's part of the reason why we're fans of people like, Jared Taylor, you know. He's not going to be doing drama things, unlike some other people. Okay, I think we're good to go.
The mules are
Well.
heading back. Follow them and
Oh yeah,
get
okay,
that
so
top part fixed. Remember, you can
let me
always
see if I
process on
can,
the side of the drop
while I
pod.
wait for these mules to go in, there's a tweet that I wanted to talk about. And it's a, you know, I say it's a tweet I want to talk about. It's not that I really want to talk about a tweet, it's that I want to,
Secured. Now to get the pod
talk
working.
about...
First, establishing a proper connection between the pod and the space rig. Set up
I
the
don't...
uplink.
Anyway. That guy. It's not so much the tweets, it's the idea, right? I want to bring up this.
Can't believe how green I was when I started.
We'll go pull this open.
You want something done right? You gotta do it yourself.
And I'm just going to bring up the thing here. Alright.
Explosive spice.
See this?
Uplink ready. Triangulation initiated.
So here's the quote. This is a tweet, but I'm highlighting it because it represents a greater idea that you'll see some people saying, right? So this quote is, "We're living in an era of woke capitalism in which companies pretend to care about social justice to sell products to people who pretend to hate capitalism." Now, that first part is the one I want to focus on. These companies are only pretending to care about social justice. Now, we first have to understand social justice, like, doesn't have anything to do with justice, right? Social justice has to do with pushing narratives about white supremacy and white people being oppressive forces in the world, harming everyone else. It's anti-whiteism, right? Social justice is anti-whiteism. So if we were to correctly understand what this person's saying, is that these companies are pretending to believe in anti-whiteism to sell products. But, you know, like, when are we gonna admit that they're not just pretending? They have HR departments that follow anti-white hiring policies. These companies, like Amazon, have given huge amounts of money to BLM, even when BLM was in the process of burning down our cities. You know, I'm saying here, oh, am I hidden now? Where am I? Yeah, so I'm in the hidden section, censored section. So can we really say they're pretending when they're actually giving money to these things? And this person says, oh, giving money, you mean marketing, right? They're marketing in a way that's appealing to the aforementioned group. It's sort of like, yes, when they gave all this money to BLM while BLM was burning down our cities, they did it with the intention on some level of marketing, I'm sure. But the reality is they still gave that money. Like, how many millions of dollars do they have to give to BLM that's burning down our cities before it's not pretend? Like, it's just going to keep being pretend as they funnel more and more and more money into these people? It's going to be pretend as they continue to enforce more and more anti-white hiring practices? It's always going to be pretend. At which point does it stop being pretend? You know, it's like, does Amazon actually have to fund gunmen to go kill white children in the streets before it's finally not pretend? Like, this, like, stuff where people are on the right or in the middle or whatever are sort of suggesting that the companies are bad because they don't even really believe in social justice. Like, that's got to stop. The companies do believe in it. Social justice is anti-whiteism, and the companies believe in it. The companies are pushing for it. You know, they're putting millions of dollars into it. So yes, they believe it. And they're not just pretending.
Eat it! Watch where you're shooting, moron!
So the next time you hear some company, like, oh, you get like some of those types where like, oh, well, these companies are railing on, you know, the oppression of white people, but, you know, they're allowing some sort of bad thing to happen in China, you know? If they really cared, they'd stop that thing in China, you know, the Uyghurs, some Chinese Muslims, right? And it's just like, yo, they're giving millions of dollars to people who are burning down our cities because they hate whites. Like, you need to stop bitching about the Chinese Muslims when these companies are given millions as part of a grievance campaign against white people. Like, if you're a white person and like the biggest thing you're gonna say that's like gonna own these companies is that they're not nice to Chinese Muslims, like, this is part of the problem. Like, you're putting your own people behind some other outside group, right? That's part of why we ended up here, is because this endless insistence on white people to put themselves last. Like, oh, The real human rights violation is not, you know, them pushing campaigns of racial resentments against our own children. It's, you know, they weren't nice enough to some Muslims in China. Like, how's it going, David?
Lighting up!
Onboard mainframe booting.
Well, I mean, so Second Hat's saying, you know, like, how did this sort of thing come about in these companies? And is giving some ideas. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with the HR departments, right? So, like, the HR departments are some of the woke departments, and the HR departments help influence who gets hired in every other part of the company after them, right? The politics of your HR department on some way will become the politics of your whole company, especially if your HR department is willing to censor or not hire certain people based off of their political beliefs, right? You end up with sort of carbon copies of your HR department. The less your HR department is tolerant of other views, right? The more your company just looks like a carbon copy of your HR department over time.
I'm not getting any
Jump on powered up and ready to leave. It's time to bring it all home. Get on board, we're leaving with or without you.
Second Hat says, so his Second Hat's theory is it was an attempt to gain money at the beginning, but slowly upper management became true believers in social justice, aka anti-whiteism. HR companies are virtue police in the Western world. Second Hat says, like how merchants would pretend to convert to a religion in order to sell to an area dominated by faith. It might start off false, but by the next generation, it can become true. That may be part of it. Zakun says, Jared Taylor once said that this stuff is a bit like Marxism and communism. Nobody in the Soviet Union really believed in the core ideas of Marxism. They acted that way, because otherwise what could happen to them? But they all saw it as BS. Johnny 5K says, diverse workforce means weaker unions. Well, yeah, that's obviously true. I mean, uniting employees who are less similar to each other is harder. Oof. Let's go with this. We'll put it to Hazard 4. I'm putting this to Hazard 4, and I'll buy us this beer, which is the Morkite beer.
dark Morkite for everyone.
Second Hat says HR departments are similar to a parasite. They attach themselves to a fit business in order to suck up resources until it dies, then they move on to the next. Well, I think we could... I think if we were to analyze, like, in a completely unbiased way, to what degree does HR departments have, like, sort of a net positive or net negative effect on the bottom line of a company, I think we'd find that it's, like, HR departments, anything other than a fairly small one that's based around, like, making sure employee handbooks exist and basic rules are created. As your HR department gets large, it clearly becomes harmful, right? There's no reason for even big companies to have, like, these really big HR departments that they sometimes get. Alright, let's see here. Put one here.
Scanners indicate particularly rich veins of Morkite and gold further down. Bring it back.
Another Ebo nut, huh? Another Ebo nut, The engineer is pointing out Nitra, but not giving me a platform. That's interesting.
I'm out of here.
Pontic, hey, how's it going? Oh, come on. Yeah, I got it. All right. Oh, here we good. Got lots of nuts here. So many nuts. Zakun says, are you following the defamation trial of Amber Heard? No, I'm not. God. Well, the bottom of the thing wasn't that high, but the top was. All right.
Molly, over here.
Where's this model? I'm not big onto watching like celebrity trials and drama and that kind of stuff. You know, just uninteresting to me. All right, you.
Just take your sweet
Don't you
time,
dare
old
take
lady.
my Molly
One
from
bottle
me.
time.
I'm in the first room with this big thing. Okay. Mr. Gladius says, since our society wasn't prepared for this subversion. Let me see here. The clawed their way to power and now control everything. I mean, obviously we weren't. It's like, yeah, well, there's sort of a general expectation within our civilization that, like, you don't put your own sort of minor group ahead of the majority of people, right? And then some groups came in and did that, and like we're not set up to like defend against that fundamentally.
Let's get the minerals.
Reloaded. Your tin ass.
Loot bug open.
All right, new big room here. Not much going on in here though.
Zippity. Rock and stone, yeah! One platform, ready to use. Deep Rock seriously need to invest in dark history.
Okay, Zekun says Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Elon Musk apparently dated Amber? Really? They all probably dated each other in that sodomite hellhole.
What kind of fiendish technology?
But, so, Secondhand says embargo. What do you think the next big crisis will be? Well, what are they all talking about now? Abortion, right? That's the crisis, right? That's the current crisis. I don't know if that's what you're thinking, but like here in the United States at least, right? And you know, on some level, like, hey, when the United States starts to focus on something, a lot of the West starts to focus on it, right? So while other Western countries might not be dealing with like the exact Roe v. Wade decision, you know, it's still going to be big for like, okay, well, we've all got to talk about this. You know, all of the West will have this conversation, even if it's not like a legal conversation. It'll be part of the sort of like propaganda machine media conversation. Mr. Gladius says, it isn't what the next crisis will be, but when will it happen? Yeah, I put it in.
Objective has been achieved. Hold the drop pod when you're ready to leave.
We might be able to do this.
Get ready. I've activated the machine.
Move it. It's gonna blow.
David says, BRB, replacing my Ukrainian flag with one of those pink hats.
Hang in
Yeah.
there. The wave is almost dealt with. Dispatch whatever's left.
Hold your fire, you
Oh, hello, Praetorian. This was a rough room. Oh yeah, I did put it on Hazard 4.
launched. Better stand back.
How we doing on Nitro? Oh, pretty darn good on Nitro. Pontic says there's always something. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, people say that, oh, well, this or that is being orchestrated. You know, maybe some things are orchestrated, some things are psyops. But, you know, when you have media control, you can just kind of let things happen and spin it in whatever way you need it to be spun, right? Like, things can happen somewhat organically. I'm not saying that everything around you is organic, but, like, they don't have to make everything up, ultimately.
Born ready.
I'm full. Heading to the mule. Getting supplies.
Second Hat says the abortion crisis seems very limited to America. But I agree that America leads the way in culture across the Western world. When America sneezes, the world catches a cold. Right. Well, it's like, there's a few things going on there.
I'm taking some of
Mostly
the
having to do with media proliferation. Okay, so what do we have here? Radial pulse gun, as always. Twin slicer. Drone replicator. That's the dangerous one. That's the one that tends to wipe everyone, in my view. So I will be focused on drones the whole time. I'm planning to mostly leave the platforms to you plebs on the ground, and I'll hop around the room.
Detonator.
Is there... Oh, okay, there's just one detonator. Is there two bulks? There's two bulks! What the heck? Well, there's one. Let's try not to kill it right on the platform stuff over there. It's gonna really mess up our battle arena if it dies right on that tower. Oh, let's take a look at the damage. I mean, it's not great, but it'll work. Alright. Hope you're all ready. You're ready, right?
Getting more ammo.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Zakun says, when will there be an American regime change in Hungary? Good question. I don't know.
It's on.
Okay.
Are you blind?
There's the drone replicator. Doing its thing. Okay, there it is. So I'm gonna watch for these drones. Because I feel like if people at least vaguely know what they're doing on the ground, if they don't have to deal with the drones, their life gets easier. Like, a lot easier. Like, they're taking out the bottom level right now, the radio pulse gun. If I can just keep these drones permanently dead. Yeah, they're doing great. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. They've got the bottom almost fully dead. And there we go. Now, I can more easily just hang out on the ground, and I can actually alternate between shooting drones and then shooting, the green pods, these fuel pods. Like, I can do both, rather than just the one. Alright. Then the twin slicer, which is the joke one. The easy one. Yeah, we almost got it. Nearly there. Perfect.
Matrix core and
Good job, team. Core and fuser ready.
I definitely don't want a cosmetic. I want a thing. Okay, is there anything else we have to do around here?
Supplies are on the way.
We have all the Evo nuts. we have... I guess we're good to go. All right. Good one. Good. Anyone take resupplies and get ready to go.
Getting more ammo.
Ah, gobble snipes. Think I dropped me bloody.
Smooth as always, team. Drop pod
That's
is
a new
underway.
line there, where my character says he dropped his keys in the molly.
Molly.
Marvelous says, thoughts on the price of tea in China? No, I don't have any thoughts on the price of tea in China. Why? What's the price of tea in China doing?
Drop pod has arrived. Retrieving the mule. Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
Let there be.
Second Hat says he wants to see mankind step foot on another planet in his lifetimes. Hope Elon gets it done, although he tends to overpromise. It'd be our first real step into a cosmic species. Well, I feel like the first step's already happened, but it would certainly be another step.
Attention. Hey.
I mean, we would be... I mean, it would be the distinction of interplanetary, ultimately. That is what that would achieve. I mean, I've talked about it on the channel before. I assume Elon's going for Mars because there's some sort of problem with trying to establish interplanetary space colonies at the moment or something. Like, personally, I would avoid planets. Planets kind of stink. Planets suck. As in huge gravity wells, massive, well, like, gravity wells and atmospheres make it a real pain to get off of a planet, as you've noticed about ours. So I'd prefer not to jump right onto another one, but that's fine. Zakun says, do you think paternity tests should be mandatory after births? I do. I think everyone has a right to know who their dad is. And everyone has a right to know who their children are. There should definitely be paternity tests after births. I would consider it to be extremely important. And Second Hat says, how do you think such a millennia-long project will happen? Oh, in terms of terraforming. How, like, you want to talk about the actual mechanics of terraforming. I'm not super up on, like, the actual here's how you terraform deal. I assume you're more or less creating atmosphere from the rocks, right? So, like, when you look at, like, say, the lunar surface is to a large degree iron or aluminum oxide, right? So if you can split those two, you get oxygen and aluminum, both very useful. And like, when you have rocks, if you were to look at the chemical structure of a lot of these minerals, I mean, there's lots of carbon, lots of oxygen, lots of hydrogen. I mean, these are things you can compose an atmosphere out of, but you need a way to split it. So I assume that's what you do. In terms of, like, how do you get that done? Do you have plants that it can enable you to do that or whatever? I don't know. Okay, let's just start one of these. Okay, let's see what else has anyone's got. He's got this. We could do this on Hazard 3. We'll do his mission.
Mission selected.
And we don't need the beer for this.
Gentlemen, move out.
Get on board. We're about to leave.
Drop sequence initiating.
Rocks up.
Pontic says in a homogenous ethno-state with traditionalist mindset, paternity tests would be unnecessary. But our situation, though, well, you know, not everyone is as honest as we would like. You know, in a traditionalist mindset, like you could say, like, well, if everyone had a traditionalist mindset, well, you know, you're never going to get everyone on board. And, you know, alcohol happens. You know, a night of drunken revelry happens, and turns out that, you know, the milkman's your dad. I would say that yes, we would want a paternity test.
This'll be the end.
Pontic says Elon wants to turn humanity into an AI. He's deranged. Well, certainly he's not fully great, but he's not the worst. Like, there you go. He's not the worst. That's truly a badge of honor.
Bring plenty of ammo. They can take a punch.
I mean, he does want to plant chips in people's brains and stuff like that, and ultimately, you know, we've talked, I did the whole, jeez, 2 grabbers? We did the whole stream of, what's that called? That one game? Deus Ex Human Revolution? And we talked a lot about why that would turn into a disaster, like, necessarily. Like, it would necessarily turn disastrous. You know, especially in some of those early streams I did with American Krogan on that game. We talked about, like, why those sorts of technologies will always be a tool for the ruling elite against the people. Right? Mr. Gladius says he's a little worried for Hungary. They seem to have been a thorn in the side in the EU. If the EU can paint them as evil incarnate, they will manage to finally turn traditionalism into war crimes. Yeah. Whoop. Look at all the gunk seeds on the ceiling. They all vaguely glow. If we get Molly down here, we can deposit them. This looks like a decent room to fight in, too. I think I see Nitra. Alright, let's see here. So wait, Second Hat said, regarding the building of artificial islands, a millionaire tries to create his utopia in the 1970s, but you were right that it got too close to another country and got annexed, called the Republic of Minerva. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you threaten someone's national sovereignty even a little, I mean, they're not like, oh, this is a cute experiment into the democracy, or like, this is a, you know, like the Founding Fathers considered states to be sort of laboratories of democracy. Places where democracy would sort of start to produce good and bad things that we could all learn from in other states and other countries and that sort of stuff. No one's going to do that with your country, right? If you're a threat to their sovereignty in any shape, way, or form.
Back's full. Can't carry anymore. You're too cute for these caves.
Alright. Everyone getting the gunk seeds in there?
When I'm done working for DRG, I'm starting my own bloody mine. Show them how it's done.
Second Hat, see you later. I might be behind in chat a little bit. Okay, I'm catching up here. Johnny 5K says, I know of a case where they know he's not the child's father, but he has to pay the child's support. It was a trial and he lost. Yeah, I mean, that kind of nasty stuff happens and that's criminal, right? Should not be the case. Okay. We're in. It's time for the Dreadnought. Ooh. Oh, we're doing all right. Nice, nice. Cryoed it. And then I can... Yeah. Nice. Got some little freeze coordination happening now. I got 2 more grenades. I can do that again. Ooh, nice. Ah! Oh, that was bad timing.
Out of stage.
Nearly got through its armor all in one burst there. And now,
I'm on your side.
got that.
Resupply order.
We can do the resupply. Oh, there's 2 more dreadnoughts after this, too.
Red sugar.
I love this
Probably don't, I don't think any of us need red sugar if we all take a resupply.
Ready to kill some more crates. Loaded.
Zakun says Viktor Orban is a very good diplomat, though. Angela Merkel and female journalists have never been harsh on him when they met him in person. Ladies' man? Pontic says that politics is a man's field because women don't have the temperament for politics. To a large degree, I'd agree with that, especially when it comes to political leadership. There's a reason that so many queens have created so many wars compared to kings. You know, it's a complete opposite of what the feminists tell you about, like, if women rule the world, there's no more war. It's like, there's plenty of war when queens are in charge. When women are ruling, things get pretty violent for the most part.
Anyone needs ammo? There's dogs out here. Can't carry it.
We got more nitro, huh? Sort of hidden up here.
Time to deposit.
I feel like a mule.
All right.
One sentry gun ready to be built. It's armed and ready.
Uh-oh.
Whack-a-mole!
Worst
Nice.
Time to pay Molly a visit. Down the hatch. Sentry gun needs assembling. Sentry off.
move your tin ass over here and hurry, please.
Johnny 5K says, it's good that you correct my wrong words. I can't always remember the correct ones. Well, sometimes, yeah, when I read people's comments, I have to
We have a chance to make it out.
change things to be slightly more politically correct on the fly.
Weapon ready.
You know. Where the heck is... Okay, there's the Molly. This is a very small room here. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to fight in here. What's down here? I mean, I suppose we can wrap underneath as well. I mean, whatever. Just fight it wherever. I don't want us to get overconfident from the last fight, but hopefully we do as well. There we go.
Watch out!
Yeah, try and damage them equally-ish. I'm on the Arbalist. Okay. Let me also put up some of these so we can see. Lacerator, huh? Okay. Enough of the Lacerator. Oh, they're healing. Arbalist is up there. Lacerator's below. Okay, where's the Lacerator? They're about even-ish. Actually, now the Lacerator needs it. Or the Arbalist needs it. Oh god. You guys went too hard on the Lacerator. Oh.
Don't let it flank us.
Oh, Arbalist is in the wrong room. You get a lot of that in these sorts of rooms. Well, we should... Oh, nice. Nice, nice. Now they're even again. I guess they're gonna heal, but they're basically even. Well, they're done. They're done after this. We got it. All right.
Supply drop has been ordered and is on the way.
For rock and
Rock and stone in the heart.
Mr. Gladius says, every woman who ruled kingdoms who warred against Rome got defeated. This is no coincidence.
I'm taking some of the ammo.
Grabbing ammo.
Oh yeah, ready to kill some more crates.
Okay.
Red sugar over here.
Well, I assume the driller will just get us to the last one, huh? We can either go through the dirt walls or go through the walls. Either way, the driller wants to do it. I'm fine with it.
Look what I found.
Oh. Right to some nitra as well.
Rock and stone, brother.
None can stand before us.
Yeah, give me some sugar. Watch me fly.
Well, I mean, I think there's a few, like, men and women are different for various reasons. I think we have different personalities. I think we have different ways of seeing things because historically, evolutionarily, biologically, we would have different domains, right? Whoa, I didn't know there'd be a second one right here. Like, woman's domain was in the house to a large degree, and like there's totally different rules in the house versus sort of out competing with other men for resources on behalf of the family, right? So like you have a lot of women when they're voting and when they're talking politics, they have this sort of, you know, we should all just get along and we should try and play nice. And it's like, that's great when you're dealing with your kids, but when you're dealing with like if you're having mass migration from like ethnocentric groups outside of your nation that are coming in and like advocating for themselves and changing up your nation, I mean, like that sort of like, oh well, let's just play nice with them sort of policy is ultimately works against your own people, right? Your people get hurt because of that sort of thinking. So women, I find, consistently have, you know, like, you can even see it now when you go to barbecues, right? Go to barbecue and, like, you know, a lot of the women, children are in the center and the men are patrolling the edge, right? Keep everything safe, keep everything good. I mean, we have the mentality for that, and they have the mentality for the inner workings. You know, they are much better than us in some ways to police that sort of center, within the in-group sort of interaction, but they're more inappropriate when they try and police the outside, when they police the edge, and things start to go wrong. It's my impression. I mean, I can get the nitro, but we have 300. Oh, this is the first dreadnought again. But so like it's my impression that a lot of kings, certainly not all of them, but a lot of kings have sort of viewed themselves as sort of like unquestionable sovereigns. Or sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, I guess we are on... What hazard are we on again? Like, it seems to me that a lot of queens have sort of treated themselves as unquestionable sovereigns. Sort of like a mom, right? Sort of like, mom gets to tell the kids what to do and what not to do, and the kids really don't get to talk back at all, right? Ultimately, like, if the mom demands that they do a thing, then they basically just have to do it. There is very little interplay in that, and a lot of kings have seemed to look at their position as, yes, I'm the biggest here, right? But I'm not the only one here. There are multiple lords who have these sorts of powers, and we're in some sort of larger struggle, and there's a little bit more interplay. So it seems to me that, like, many kings have managed that struggle without turning it into a civil war, while a lot of queens seem to have really precipitated a lot of civil war with their, like, insistence on near absolute monarchy, their insistence on near absolute authority and unquestionable loyalty.
Take off.
I mean, on some level, the bull elk expects the young elk males to come challenge him in a way where the cow doesn't, right? The cow is more supremely offended by a young bull coming to challenge him.
Resupply one. Go resupply. Ammo taken.
We all gonna die?
Resupply pod is here. Everybody connect that mission.
Zakun says Lord of the Flies was about toxic masculinity.
Getting more ammo.
Getting supplies.
Much
Mr. Gladius says, I've heard that Muslim women are ruthless in keeping the Islamic laws, among other women. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, part of what the Karen meme is, right, which is an anti-white meme, part of that, though, is people responding to white women who are enforcing social norms. Like, when a white woman is angry that, like, some blacks are drinking in a public park where there's supposed to be no alcohol, or, you know, playing loud music when that's inappropriate, and then she goes to confront them. In a lot of ways, women act as the police within the in-group, right? Within the in-group.
I should give you a knife.
This feels funny.
Within the in-group, women are, to a large degree, the moral police and the social police. They're the ones who demand that people behave and uphold the standard of their civilization, right? And so for us, the standard of our civilization is, you know, all the things you would expect about how we act in public places. And over there, their standard of civilization is much different, right? But they're still doing the same sort of thing. Women are the police of the in-group, but men are the border patrol, right? That's what you expect. And that's where we seem to do best. Like, women on the men on the edge, watching the border, women on the interior policing that. That's what I expect from humans.
The mule is secured. Initiating launch sequence. Deep Rock Galactic thanks you for your good work. Drop pod will leave with or without you.
Forever.
Zakun says, I work in a field where I see a lot of women with their kids. I don't see any sign of mothers policing the kids. Well, I mean, they should be. Otherwise, the kids are going wild, right? Good night, Pontic. Zakun says, interesting thing about kings and queens is kings were expected to take part in all of the major battles, and queens were not. Even if the king was a 16-year-old boy facing overwhelming odds.
Rock and stone in the heart.
Zakun says, personally, I love the Karen meme because white women are finally facing some backlash for the politics and groups they promote. Well, I mean, it's nice that they have some... It might wake some of them up to what's going on, but, I mean, regardless of whether you think it's going to wake some up or this is having a positive effect overall, like, it's still fundamentally an anti-white meme, deep down. Red Rock Blaster. Alright, we're trying another Hazard 4 here. And this time, if you can avoid it, don't die to the Nemesis. Because there's going to be a Nemesis.
By the beard.
Let's rock and stone to the bone.
Rockety rock and stone.
And stone.
Wow. Well, we'll see how we do on this Hazard 4. Mining expedition. Tainted field. Rival presence.
Quantum theory dictates that this pumpkin could be in two places at the same time. How is that possible? Science.
Oh man, I love science. Oh, I love science. Did I scare you, Nero? Did I jump scare you with
Easier than the last time.
jump scared you with the one and only, the best scientific medicine based doctor in the world.
We'll send a drop pod to get you out. Good luck.
Well, what's his name? Oh yeah, Sam Hyde, the ghost of Kiev. Sam Hyde. Did you guys all just walk past that loot bug without killing it? What's wrong with you?
Loot bug looted.
Oh no, there's Bulu caps here? I hate Bulu caps in this biome.
Lloydie! Gotta go fast.
And there's also Bloopy fruit.
Look over here.
There more back here? Oh no. I was already back here. What's that, gold? No, we don't need no gold. Alright. Oh god, this is bad. This biome with Bulu caps, I might not be able to see them. Remember, I am colorblind. And it's hard to see stuff in this biome in general with all the stuff on the ground, but it's of a similar color to the what's it called? To the mushrooms, the Bulu caps. We're really spread out here all of a sudden, aren't we? There were more male children in medieval battles than adult women, says Zakun. I mean, that's what I would expect. I mean... Mr. Gladiath says, I'm returning, he's a little worried that if they can fool people with stupid stuff like the Ghost of Kiev... This is a different cave right here. They can make them accept anything. Yes. Yes, they can. Yep. I mean, it can be... and there are... I mean, you've seen Krogan's videos. I mean, there are significant parts of Western history that can be near completely fabricated to fit a particular narrative. And that's, like, seen as the academically correct interpretation.
Pop the loot bug. Let's get them in.
I mean, it's it's shocking. You know, when they say, in that song that I played today for the intro, you know, it says, history's written by the victors, I believe, something like that. It's like, yes, it is. It very is. It extremely is.
Come here. Whoosh.
I mean, people have no idea about how fake history is, unfortunately.
No flares ready. Access provided. canister. Getting tired of this old rust bucket. After this, longest shower ever. Feel like I cliff a gunk in every single crevice.
Victorian, how's it going?
Focus fire on the first turret.
Oh my god. Will that do anything? Not if I miss. Jeez. Patrol bot. Yeah. Did some good damage there.
One more for the scrapyard. Predator thrown down. Weapon
Oh, Warden.
Enemy frozen.
Oop. Floater. Mr. Gladius says, and as always, it circles back to what I always say, might makes right. Well, I mean, the thing is, might makes right is like, what's the interpretation you want people to have when you say that? And is it the same as what you mean when you say it? Like, explain what you mean by might makes right.
Get the can opener. I smell.
Uh-oh. They shot it. Are we just gonna go down here? I mean, I can go down here.
Mommy.
Get the spitballer. Oh gosh. Probably shouldn't have came down here.
Bunker up, team. Swarm
I
incoming.
think I just saw a dwarf fall down past me. And then we got a swarm? That's some great timing. Whoop.
shields ready again.
When the damn bugs start to feel like family, you know it's time to quit.
Now, how'd this guy die?
Incoming. Smoke him
Did he get... How did he die? Did he get, cave leached? Because I can't go get him if it's cave leached.
Stand back. Supply pod inbound.
Hazard 4. It's getting a little bit tougher, huh? Why? Now there's 2 people dead.
Time to restock.
You can't just go and die, everybody. We need... If we all die, we lose. Just a quick reminder.
Die, Balsack.
Did I hear die ballsack? Is that what my character said? Now keep that turret reloaded, and we should probably be able to hold up here pretty well. Oh, oppressor.
Scanner
Oh,
show the way
Molly's in the way.
Take out the rest of them. Snap.
Steal that thing, and then that thing.
Feel much better now.
This thing. Oh, and they got one of them things coming. That thing. The warden. Kill that warden. Grab this. Red sugar. Yes, if we kill our... Wait, if our enemies kill us, we win? No, no, no. If they kill us, they win.
We got the oppressor.
Or, this week, remember, if you abort your enemies, they win. What? There's more of you guys? I'm just taking my resupply now.
They haven't yet invented a machine that can best the dwarf.
Alright, I'll grab this guy here. Jeez. You got a lot of crap on you here. Whoop! Get the heck out of there.
Born ready.
Oh, did he die again already? Oh, that's a bummer. Shouldn't have done that. What did I just say about dying?
Getting supplies.
We'll kill these Praetorians this time, and then I'll pick you up. Alright, those are dead. I'll wait for the gas cloud to go and then I'll come get you. Goo bomber. Those are nasty. Hello. So, is it a cave leech? Yes, it is. Now it's dead.
Over here by the marker point.
All right.
Smooth.
Well, so Life After Death says Karen can also be bad enforcing COVID and calling cops on lemonade stands. Right. Well, I mean, it's like the calling the cops on lemonade stands is the same thing. It's enforcing the standards. It's just she's gone a little bit off the rails, but it's the same otherwise thing, you know. It's like enforcing the standards of the polite society that you're in. It's just that sometimes, you know, they get a little bit wild with it. And they lost focus on what's important. But it's otherwise still the same behavior. Right? Like, it's not, like, categorically bad behavior. It's just slightly misguided. It's like we've lost focus of the principle, and now we're just following the letter of the law rather than the spirit of the law sort of deal. You know what I mean? That's what that is. Second Hat says, I assume, on the topic of war heroes, I assume most were just the creation of propaganda, like the Red Baron in World War I. And even further back to heroes of antiquity, like Hercules and Achilles. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's propaganda. And this is why we hear a lot more about heroes from the sides that won than the sides that lost.
Roger that. Supplies are coming.
Deep Rock seriously needs to invest
Okay,
in
so
some
I'm gonna
veterans.
go take my resupply from upstairs. I'm gonna take someone else's resupply because it's gonna be hard for the driller and the gunner to go
I'm
get it.
taking some of the ammo. Weapon ready.
And I'll leave an extra resupply downstairs. So if the driller or gunner needs 2 resupplies downstairs, then go ahead and just take it. You can take mine. Eric says might makes right can be used to justify evil or to protect virtuous societies, which is, you know, that's what I expect. Like, on some level, when you say that, that's just what people are going to think, right? Mr. Gladius says, what I mean is that obviously the ones with power control the fate of those without it. Worse, they even warp their reality. Yeah. So, I mean, but why call that might makes right? Why not just, like, you know, you can't, like, that's what about that is right? Like, I just feel like it's going to be a generally harmful thing to say. Like, if you say that, people won't like you. It's like we're trying to pick the most, like, unoptical way of expressing an idea.
That'll teach you.
A Victorian says, I drug myself to church for Mother's Day, hearing old and middle-aged tell me about how handsome I look and ask me why I'm not married yet. Well, I mean, ask if they have granddaughters. That's what I'd be asking. Say, you don't have any granddaughters as pretty as you, do you? If they're grandmas. If they're a middle-aged woman, ask about daughters. You know. You don't want to offend them. Are we going this way? Which way are we going? Yes, we're going this way. Alright.
Get ready, team. Horde of Glivis swarmers heading your way.
Oh, boy.
Get your stomping boots on.
Oh, boy. My favorite. Swarmers. Mr. Gladius says, I'd say that Hercules is more inspiration than a war hero propaganda. Well, you know, it may have started off as one and then became the other, you know, I don't know. Like, Hercules could have started off as a guy that people knew. I'm not saying he did or didn't, I'm just saying, like, it's an idea. Oh gosh, here they are. Pow, pow. Alright. Well, it helps that I got the driller here. Just put down flames and does half the work for us. Zakun says might is right is true whether you like it or not. Well, I'd say that might wins is true. What about might is right? You know, what does right mean? Can you, let's just figure that out. Zakun, what is right? What does it mean to be right? Well, like I said, you could say daughters. Doesn't have to be granddaughters. Someone said old ladies or something, right? Say it to the old ladies. All right, where the heck did you put this thing? I'm taking it. Okay, let's throw some things up. Okay. Victorian says might makes right is a very stupid attitude to take when you're weak. That's true. We are also somewhat weak at this point.
Make it home to collect your bonus. Objective completed. Press the button on the mule.
So, Mr. Zakun, I asked you, you know, what about might makes what about might is right though? And then you said, it's like the meme. No, you can't just kill my entire tribe and rape my women, haha, axe goes hack. So you're saying that's right. You're saying it's right that you would kill and rape. I mean, what are you doing? Why would you say these sorts of things out loud to anybody? And what are they going to think about you once you've said it? Like... Your meme sucks. No offense. Your meme is obnoxious and gross, and people are gonna hate you for your meme.
Supply pod requisitioned. Launching now.
Mr. Gladius says there's a quote from Warhammer that is like, justice without strength is meaningless, and strength without justice is tyranny. Well, see, that's proposing not that might is right, but that might needs to be coupled with righteousness. Or the mighty need to be righteous in other so that they don't become tyrannical. Like, the mighty have an obligation to be pious and righteous in addition to being mighty. But if might makes right, then, you know, then obviously you don't. It's just, it happens on its own.
Drop pod arrived. Mule is returning to LZ. Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
I mean, like, I get what you guys are saying in terms of, like, okay, if, like, the biggest, baddest dude tells you that X is good, and he'll kill you if you don't agree, then on some level, like, he's setting the standard via brute force, and, like, might has made right in terms of, like, he's helped define the frame of debate and argument and all this sort of nonsense, right? Like, I understand that, but I don't think your average person is ever gonna approach that level of nuance and understanding when you say that. I just feel like might makes right as a term is not really worth uttering hardly ever. Also, there's a boss here that we forgot to kill. There's a boss that we never killed. Oh my goodness. Are you guys getting this boss or what? Wow, they're like in a room right below me. Oh, there they are. Where's the prospector? Oh, there it is. Okay, so now it's entering the final phase. It's gonna go invincible here for a second. And then once it comes out, we can burst it down.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes.
Oh, here it is. Get back here, you stupid thing. No. Oh my god. Oh, it turned around. It's coming back. It's coming back towards the drop pod. I should have highlighted it, but it should be there.
Has been successfully retrieved. Make it
There we go.
team.
Yeah, get that thing.
Hang around forever.
Get it. Get the prospector. Oh, shoot. Oh, now it's going to blow up. And then here's the thing. Can I get on here from this? Oh, this thing sucks. Come on. Really? Is there a tunnel?
Drop pod departing
No?
in T-minus 2 minutes.
Oh my god. I thought, were you not ready to catch that? I thought I threw that far enough. Come on, you. This thing sucks. Oh my god. The exploders are everywhere. What is this? This is the worst tunnel ever. Alright.
Well done. R&D will have a field day with this data cell.
Okay. Get on this damn thing.
Retrieving escape pod.
God! Rock and stone! If you don't rock and stone, rock and you ain't coming home. Stone in the heart.
I mean, people are gonna care about injustice, Zekun. Everyone you say to, everyone you talk to about this is gonna care about it. It's just that, like, yes, after thousands of years have passed, the injustices will let lie. Unless, of course, there's instigators trying to use those as injustices to justify why you should be mass ethnically replaced in your own homeland like it's being done right now.
Job done. Keep at it.
All right. Well, let's see here. We can maybe do... So Ambros has a mission. We could do Hazard 4 escort duty. This will be a decently long one, and this will probably be the last one we do.
Tunnel rat. Rock and roll and stone.
Hey, how's it going? Magnific? Or Anton? You go by Anton?
Ugh, never felt better. I ain't got all day. Let's leave.
Drop sequence initiating.
Which secondary weapon engineer gets? He gets... Okay, here's engineer. shard diffractor.
Yes.
Shard diffractor is what the engineer gets.
Let's roll.
God, look at that chat window. This is a really nice chat window. Just... Ugh.
Rock on! Rock and stone, everyone!
Is that guy lagged out?
Rock and stone!
Zekun says, might doesn't make things morally right. The point is, if you're incapable of defending yourself, your righteousness is meaningless. Yeah, that's true, right? Right? Like, if you have the best cause in the world, and you're so poor at defending yourself that someone with a meaningless cause will just, or no cause at all, will just come up and shank you and end your whole mission, then, like, you really failed your mission on some level. Like, yeah, let's say you're Doctors Without Borders, and, like, you have, like, the Doctors Without Borders, they got, like, their own planes that they'll fly to places and give people eye surgeries and stuff. Like, if you're so careless about it that some person who wants to just come on board and, you know, like, steal some things ends up sabotaging your plane and, like, it crashes or something, it's like on you that you were so vulnerable. Like, you had an important mission and you let yourself be that vulnerable. Like, you can't just be so damn careless. You can't leave yourself so vulnerable. You can't be so weak. You can't be so easy to exploit and to harm, right? And so I get that. That being said, I don't feel like might makes right as a phrase is a good vehicle for that conversation for the vast majority of people. And I that's where we're at, I think, with all of us. Almost everyone here, I feel like, has more or less said to the fact that, like, might makes right is a conversation or, like, is a phrase that's going to make people uncomfortable and they're not going to like, but there's, like, some sort of important truths that we can sort of glean from it that maybe we could get at using other phrases, right? Wow.
Light is up.
We have detected an Amaran Heartstone in the region. Your job will be to escort and maintain the autonomous drill dozer as it homes in on the Heartstone. Buckle up, team.
All right. Well,
Stand clear of
yeah, this will probably be the
landing
last
zone,
mission for the
drill
day.
dozer coming in.
You know, I gotta go hang out with my mom for Mother's Day after all. I mean, I did hang out with her yesterday, but I'm just gonna do some more stuff today.
I should call for the mule.
So this is a Pockabloom that I'm gonna have to get. So this is one of my more favorite mission types of scout because it really demands that you, like, do your scouting stuff, right? Like, you gotta, like, actually try and scout some stuff.
I need to deposit in the mule. Ah. Molly, over here.
All right, what's this? Aha. Mr. Gladius says, I'm glad that we all agree on this and we haven't regressed to Ooga Booga, me crush your skull. Yeah, I mean, that's what sometimes you have, especially with this more, sort of more like young, enthusiastic guy arguing on the internet, you know. Gets a little bit more like that meme, you know, haha, my axe hack, me crush your skull. Tee-hee, aren't I edgy and correct or something in some sort of way? And it's just sort of like, it's like very off-putting to your average human. Your average human. Let's take a look at who's in the game with me. I got Knat. Knat's got the for his profile picture, he's got that I guess like Wingardium Leviosa sort of meme. Okay, when we get into these new caves, you gotta give me platforms right away. Right? That's what you want to be able to do as an engineer. The second we hit these new caves, just give me some platforms and I will deal with a lot of this nonsense. Oh! Because if I can get platforms because as an engineer, KNAT, if you just toss platforms on the wall as we walk through a room, as you ride the thing through the room, I can sort of deal with all the nonsense on the back end. It's just that it helps when I have platforms. Oh. Are you people on the thing not repairing it? Oh god. And I wasn't paying attention. That's bad. It's gonna be hard to get me down. So go ahead and just probably want to stick with the drill dozer until it stops, and then you can send someone back for me. Probably Harrison to come back for me, honestly. I'm far enough off the wall where it's going to be easier to drill to me than anything else. Well, I know you're busy, KNAT, but, like, it's just part of the thing. Ooh, and the spitter. The spitter makes it brutal.
Drill dozer here.
Oh, someone's... Oof. We're having a rough one. We got 2 people. KNAT, I hope you look up at some point, because 2 people are dying to this same leech. And if you die to it too, we lose. Oh my god. You think KNAT's gonna notice? It was so close. Oh, now we lose. Yes, KNAT, cave leech. That is a cave leech. Good job. We got it. We got this. We'll get it. We'll get it. Mr. Gladius says European societies were, well, says where, but European societies were a combination of strength and morality, maybe discipline. No one could stop that. When those 2 qualities, with those 2 qualities, we are unbeatable.
Rock and stone to the bone.
Mission selected and locked in. Time to board.
All right. This time, give me some platforms the moment we enter our new cave. And, oh! Hey! They did add...
Rock and stone, you beautiful dwarf. Give me an S. Give me a rock and
So,
a stone.
now in the game, after you lose a mission and you wake up in the infirmary, you're in these medical gowns. You know, the ones that tie in the back and you can see their underwear?
Let's rock and stone.
There's like, we've got some sort of like bracelet on, right? Medical bracelet with your details on it. We're just gonna go straight back down there in our medical gowns.
Rock and stone,
Breakable.
We got this. We'll get it. But yeah, let's see. I've got... Who do I... So I have KNAT in the thing. His Steam profile picture is that Oni cartoons, right? Wingardium Leviosa or whatever. And we've got Harrison. He's got Lucario. I tried playing Lucario in Pokemon Unite just the other day. It was a little bit rough. I find it's not as intuitive as I found some of the other Pokemon. Who else is in here? Ambros. What is this alien? Let me see. What the hell is that? I don't know what his profile picture is.
If we die, I love you guys.
Pull
Are we?
yourself
We're still in our medical gowns?
That's it, lads. Rock and stone.
I'm not sure if this is.
If we survive,
I'm not sure if we should be wearing these.
This time we're after an Omeran Heartstone.
Oh, we're gonna be in the
In an autonomous drill dozer to support
in the Sandblast Caverns.
automatically home in on the Heartstone, so your job will be to escort it and keep it running. Good luck, miners.
there be light. Anyone needs ammo?
Watch out. Drill dozer approaching landing zone.
Okay, let's see. Ah, there's some nitra. Team Fabulous. Exactly. Us in our infirmary gowns. Alright. Where is Molly? Right there. Got some good nitra. Get the rest of this nitra. Okay, nothing up here.
Light is up.
Anything around? Oh, he's gonna go ahead. Yeah, that works. I think it's more exciting if we just go, though. I'm gonna start it so I can catch up to you guys via the drill dozer. This will give a KNAT a good opportunity to put the platforms up even before I get there, though.
On your toes, guys. Escort duty is on.
Mr. Gladius says the only thing that could destroy Europeans were Europeans. Well, exactly, and that's why it's like... It's imperative that anti-whiteism be ended across the European peoples, right? People say like, oh, well, look at Viktor Orban, look at the Hungarians. It's like, bro, if the Germans, if the Norwegians, if the Swedes, if the French, if these groups are all infected with anti-whiteism, we're not going to allow Viktor Orban, we're not going to allow the Hungarians to be all the things that they can be or whatever, right? Like, it's going to become a problem for all white people as long as there are other whites who are anti-white. Okay, come on. I got this. Oh, come on. A little bit hard to get in here. Okay, got it. I'm in. Get rid of some of this. Knock it down to the ground. Hit this guy. It's only hazard 4, not hazard 5. We should have this. And after we do the Amaran, I suppose we can do this mission here. We have a machine event. Woo. Get rid of him and him. That was a funny ragdoll. It really went flying. Oh, communications router. We got that too. Okay, we'll do the communications router and the machine event after we do the Hearthstone. Okay? We'll do those after. So just let that chill for a minute. Uh-oh.
The drill dozer is out of fuel. You need to refill the fuel canisters mounted on its back. Use the canisters to extract any nearby oil shale, and we'll have the drill dozer operational again in no time.
Jeez Louise. This is rough here.
Just what the doctor ordered. Help! Take out that brood nectar!
Supplies are on the way.
Well, we're gonna have to deal with some brood here in a second. Little Glyphid swarmers. Ooh, you see me get that? Nice. Whoop, whoop. Whoop. Oh, and another leech is going after someone.
That will teach you. Lights up.
Oh, look at that. I see. Bam.
Yeah.
All right. Well, other than that, there's not a lot else going on in here. We've got Nitra.
Grabbing ammo. Yeah.
Zakun says the Ottomans went liberal before we could kick them out of Europe.
This canister is full. Gotta get
Oh my god. 2 trawlers? There's one. Johnny 5K, they have sold the idea that it's European values to let all who wants to come in. Yes. Yes. That's a big part of what we're dealing with. Well, and, you know, remember what I said about, like, men being the sex that patrols the border, right? We're partly struggling with this because men aren't the only voters now, right? Like, if part of the point of your politics and your political structures is to maintain your borders, and you bring in the sex who doesn't maintain the borders, some of the priorities have shifted away, right? I'm not trying to just say this is all on women or something, but part of this is on women. Like, part of the reason we're having these particular problems is because women are voting, right? Okay, I don't think I took a resupply yet, did I? I don't think so.
Ready to kill some more crates.
Let's see if I can get that warden. Yeah, it's all about European values, to let in a bunch of other people who have different values than you. I mean, it's like, it's a European value to undermine your own society? I mean, this is crazy.
Whoopsie doopsie.
Ooh.
Take off.
Hello, Fester Flea.
Secondary objective completed. Fine job.
Mr. Gladius says, I don't know for you Americans, but at least here in Italy, my people isn't in the mood to bomb other countries just because they're evil, quote-unquote. But as I said before, they can just trick us or force us to. Well, exactly. Well, and the American public is pretty anti-war, right? The American public is generally against most conflicts, against most wars. The American public is a lot less supportive of war than the ruling elite would like. And even when the, to get the American public to support war, it's like pulling teeth. You gotta do a lot of propaganda. You have to suggest that these other people are doing terrible, terrible things, right? Before you can get most white people to support open conflict, right? Because they know how brutal that can be. Alright. Looks like we got it. Could be entering the last section now. Or one of the last sections. Get out of here, you. Oh. Is this gold? I don't really care about gold that much. And I don't need platforms underneath the oil shale. We only have to refill this one time, and we've already done it for this particular mission. Whoop. Oh, wanted to land in the shield. Shield was already gone. Quick, you. Deploy.
If only this bloody bucket was bigger. A lot bigger. Lighting up! Friendly fire!
Bulldozer has reached the
Are you
target.
throwing grenades on me?
Bomber and Hearthstone
Teammate?
is jamming our readings, but we expect heavy pressure when the drilling commences.
So this is the new mineral they added to the game, right here. Grab that for us. Okay, Oh,
Anyone needs ammo? There's nitro here.
some nitro there.
Light!
Nitro there. Oh, that's gold.
Diffuser before it takes permanent damage.
Oh, there's a pearl here.
Reloading. You snooze,
Whoops.
you lose.
Supply pod requisitioned. Launching now.
And I'm in. There we go. Patricia says in Germany it's different. There is an ancestral call in the German soul that compels us to send armor east. And we wish for nothing else but to see German vehicles named after great cats rolling over Soviet soil. Okay.
You're as good as new, Doretta.
All right. Oh yeah, plenty of nitra. So we'll do this final sort of boss,
Supplies are on the way.
but then don't call in the drop pod because we'll do the two events. We'll do the events
You lose the mission. So guard
once
well against any hostiles.
once we finish the Hearthstone.
Everybody,
Contact. Swarm approaching the drill dozer. Hunker down and load up. Swarm. I repeat, swarm.
I didn't take a resupply yet, did I? Get rid of that trawler. Ooh, Warden. Not the Warden. Is there another one? No, it's not another one here.
getting supplies. Yeah.
Patricia says, in regards to the ancestral call to send armor east, that's at least the impression you get if you watch German TV currently. So a lot of warmongering going on. I mean, I had some conversations with some family members about the warmongering
Defending the drill dozer.
coming out of the media here. And I was able to clue some of my family into facts that they had never heard before. Like, I know Australian Sky News talked to a Ukrainian doctor who had ordered the castration of Russian POWs, right? They didn't know that that sort of thing was happening. And also talked a little bit about past events where members of NATO, including people like John McCain and Lindsey Graham, went to Ukraine to potentially instigate war in the past. So, yeah. By the way, KNet, if two people are repairing the drill dozer, it doesn't repair any faster than if one person's doing it.
Swarm detected. Keep the drill dozer operational at all costs. We're 50% through, team. Drill dozer is still holding together.
Let's get this. Put up new lights for my team so we can see what's happening again. Kill that. Pick up this noob. I can do that. If I don't die. Oh my god, I'm about to die. Wasn't there some red sugar around here? Maybe not. Boom, look at that. Well, we got this. We're doing all right. Get out of here, slasher. How are we doing on nitro? We have enough for no resupplies. Okay, well, I'm not gonna... Well, obviously we can't call down another resupply. Hopefully... Oh, yeah, someone called down one over here. I didn't see that.
The drill dozer is exposing the core. The Hearthstone is almost ours.
Keep the Retta safe! What a jaw-dropping experience!
Hello, K-Net. How does the floor taste over here? It's okay that we let part of the drill dozer get damaged. It really doesn't matter. Like, we're in the last phase.
Keep that thing
We can
running
let part of it
any
get damaged. NBD.
Swarm on the intercept course. Get ready to protect the drill dozer.
Ooh. Oh, there's the red sugar. What the heck?
Red sugar!
Alright. Also, we're blind.
Watch your fire, moron!
See if I can get this warden.
Free!
Got the warden.
Gonna protect you now, you Ronnie! Come and get
Yeah. We're good here. We're good. We got it.
Drill dozer is taking permanent damage.
That's fine.
Barely holding together.
We can basically
Be more
let this
careful.
just take damage. You know, more or less. They're gonna have a hard time killing it before the end.
Booyah! Watch and learn!
Mr. Gladius says, any opinion on how this war will end?
Can't move!
If it will end, it won't become another Afghanistan. I mean,
The drill dozer
that is really up to the players involved, right?
deposit it and wrap up the
Right?
mission.
This could go on. This could be
Heartstone attack!
a forever sort of thing. It could be a temporary sort of thing. I mean,
And we will send
really
it
hard to
drop
say. I hope we can find some more nitra on the way back. I don't know if there is any more nitra to find, but we'll look for it.
Lights up!
I see gold.
Excellent. Drop pod inbound.
Oh, somebody called the drop pod, even though we weren't gonna do that. Well, I guess we're done then. Victorian says, knock it off with the Brothers War crap, it's not funny. What are you implying? Are you implying it's not funny to call it a Brothers War, or it's not funny to joke about it? I don't see what you're talking about here.
One sentry gun ready to be
I mean,
ready to shoot.
what I expect is that, you know, Ukraine's politicians want to stay in power, right? And to stay in power and resist Russian influence, they will need Western help. And
Oh, I've got a bad
they're only going to get Western help if the war is brutal enough to propagandize Western peoples into agreeing to go.
Getting their hands on them.
So we're going to see
The mule is secured. Initiating
Ukrainian officials support a war that's bloody and brutal enough such that they can get support, right? Like, you see
departing in
Ukrainian women and children being armed with rifles for the war effort, which is like insane. It's a terrible way to fight a war unless you're just looking to substantially increase the human cost of a war, which is what they're looking to do, because dead women and children convince good Western people to support armed conflict. This is just how it goes. So I think people like Zelensky view the Ukrainians as like infinitely disposable, and they're willing to kill as many of them as they think they need to secure their own positions of power long term.
drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes.
I was born ready.
Oh gosh.
Grenade!
Oh, God. Oh. This is pretty bad. We can't all die. So, Knat, stay in there. You know, you gotta be the person to get us out of here if the rest of us go down. Oh, come on. This goop on the ground is gonna kill me. Let's quickly put some lights on so we can see. Okay, yeah, everyone's at the pod. Well, thank you forever who called the drop pod and screwed that up for us. But that's fine.
If you don't rock and stone, you ain't coming home.
Rock and stone.
If you rock and stone, you're never alone.
Mr. Gladius says, I'm pleasantly surprised in noticing that in my family, despite the Russian hate, they understand that the U.S. is using Ukraine for a proxy war with Russia. I mean, certainly on some level that's what's happening. Armored Rat says, what are your thoughts on the perk that lets you befriend a bug? You know, I'm not a huge fan of it. I've used it. I feel like it's good enough to be usable in nearly any situation. And I feel like maybe when you're solo or with fewer players, I feel like it's more beneficial. It's this Beastmaster. You can charm a Glyphid, like a Glyphid Grunt or Glyphid Slasher, or whatever. I mean, it seems fine. Like, you can go ahead and use it if you want it. I don't think you're whatever for using it. It's fine. Ambros, you got the new weapon. Congratulations. Yeah, I tried to do some of... Like, I did some of the visions that I needed, and I tried to do some of the visions that you guys needed. So, it worked out. So, in terms of the Beastmaster perk, I feel like it's fine. You know, use it if you want it. I'm generally not using it. What am I using? I'm generally... For my actives, well, sometimes I'm using heightened senses here on the Scout, because a lot of times I'm way off on my own. And Field Medic is great. You know, the Scout can swoop, like, you can be in the most terrible situation. Scout potentially can go all the way out to you, not get caught, swoop in, get you up, and get out. On a lot of these other ones, I'm using Field Medic and Iron Will, right? It's just really, really powerful when you're with other people. Obviously, Field Medic, when you're alone, isn't useful. This Iron Will and Beastmaster would be better, right? Or you could use some other active perk, but yes, we're done for the day. We're good. We're done. We are out of here.
Scribbly scrib. Rock on!
Come on, guys.
Let's see if it puts me in the gown.
Orders from management. Stop dancing and get to it.
So I killed myself, and I woke up in the infirmary. Now am I in the gown?
If you rock and
No, I'm
stone,
not in the
you're
gown.
never
I'm just in
alone.
regular clothes.
Go to the foe.
So you have to go to the infirmary by losing a mission. You can't die here on the space rig. Okay.
You know, you're not being paid by the hour. Get to work.
Victorian says, I was referring to whoever was saying that Germans are naturally the instigators of war. Well, that person was suggesting that that's the impression you'd get by watching the German media, right? They said two messages, and I read the one message out, right? So they were saying like, oh yeah, Germans just naturally want to go to war, or at least that's the impression you get by watching the German media, which is like a lot of pro-war propaganda in like Germany, United States, really pushing nastiness. Eric wants to know what we're playing on Wednesday. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure where we're playing Wednesday. But thanks for showing up, guy, by the way. Knat, Harrison, Ambros. Appreciate you. I just dropped because I'm about ready to go. I gotta get going. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll announce in the next day or two what we're playing this upcoming Wednesday. We're done with Don't Nod for a while. So for a while, there'll be no more Life is Strange or Tell Me Why. Like, that last Tell Me Why game that was brutal, dude. Ugh. Imagine, like, some people were saying, like, oh, dude, Life is Strange True Colors. But Tell Me Why is a newer game than some of those older Life is Strange games. And Life is Strange True Colors is even newer. Could be even worse than that Tell Me Why game in terms of just, like, boring and abrasive characters in boring environments with not a lot to do. Mr. Gladiator says, is it going to be woke? Well, any game we play on Wednesday will generally have some amount of woke nonsense going on that we'll discuss. See you later, Nero. Knet, everybody else. It is Mother's Day. Hang out with your mom. We might do Life is Strange True Colors in the future, but maybe. All right, everybody. That's it for me today. Have a good one. Peace out.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Here.